Hi, it's Phil Anderson, General Manager Policy, Advocacy and Standards at the FAAA. Welcome to another quick update from the Policy, Advocacy and Standards team. Firstly, this week George John, Senior Manager for Government Relations and Policy, and I presented the first Policy and Advocacy webinar update for the year. In this webinar, we addressed DBFO, CSLR, and the looming federal election. I hope that you managed to see this webinar or will have the chance to go back and watch it at a later point. In the webinar, we focused on complications with the DBFO Tranche 1 reforms, including the requirement to include a product account number on a fee consent form at the time of establishing a new account, when one has not yet been issued. We also reflected on the recently released estimates for the CSLR levy in 2025-26 and the much larger number we're expecting in 2026-27. The webinar is definitely worth watching. In other policy developments, last week the Minister announced planned changes to the education standard for new entrants, and the Parliamentary Joint Committee on Corporations and Financial Services released their report following an inquiry into the wholesale investor test. We welcome the proposed changes to the education standard. However, implementation will need to be carefully managed to avoid the loss of existing financial planning degree programs. The PJC recommended no change to the wholesale client test. This is a report to government, not by government, although we would be surprised if the government chose to make a different decision. The FAAA had advocated for an increase in the wholesale client thresholds, so we think this is a disappointing outcome. One positive from the report was that the committee recommended amending the Corporations Act to make the sophisticated investor test less subjective. Last week, the government also released a consultation paper on the proposed ban on the use of adverse genetic testing results in life insurance. We'll be making a submission, however, would greatly appreciate the input of members on this issue. We appreciate that this is a complex issue where some people have very strong views. Thank you.